In today's video, we will take a look at 10 ancient aliens evidence that governments don't want you to see. From the shocking discovery of an ancient Egyptian light bulb to the day the United States military fought off an entire fleet of extraterrestrials over Antarctica. But before we get into it, remember to hit that subscribe button. Number 10, Sumeria and the Anunnaki. We have all heard about the Anunnaki, but where did they come from? Well, according to controversial author Zecharia Sitchin, the so-called alien gods came from a planet called Nibiru, which orbits our sun every 3,600 years. Sitchin claims that the Anunnaki are responsible for creating humans and seeding life onto our planet eons ago. His theory is based on ancient clay tablets found in northern Iraq dating back to 1800 BC. These tablets are written in what is known as the Sumerian language, one of the oldest languages ever discovered by mankind. However, many mainstream scientists claim that Sitchin misinterpreted the translations, saying that the Sumerians didn't actually have anything to do with gods or aliens. According to Sitchin's translation, however, the Sumerians tell the tale of how the Anunnaki landed their ships in the Persian Gulf and began mining the earth for gold. They then used this gold to save their dying planet. Sitchin also says that the Anunnaki created humans as a slave race, though he is not sure why. Some people say that the Anunnaki were actually angels, while others believe that they were demons. Either way, it's interesting to note that ancient Sumeria may have been the first civilization to have witnessed actual extraterrestrial beings visiting our world. 9. Egypt's light bulbs. One of the most interesting discoveries ever made inside the Great Pyramid of Giza was a series of strange hieroglyphs found within the Queen's chamber. These hieroglyphs appear to show modern-day light bulbs. They are etched into the walls and show exactly what you would imagine a light bulb to look like. Ancient Egypt is one of the most mysterious civilizations in history, and some researchers believe that these light bulbs prove that the Egyptians had access to electricity thousands of years ago. Others, however, say that the drawings are simply a coincidence and bear no resemblance to light bulbs whatsoever. It's important to note that these aren't the only strange artifacts found in the pyramids. There are several other items which appear to be completely out of place, such as a metal sphere found inside the Great Pyramid and a copper object found in the Second Pyramid, which looks exactly like a miniature helicopter. Of course, there are much more rational explanations for these objects, such as them being simple toys or tools. Still, it's very strange that so many of these seemingly futuristic items have been discovered inside ancient burial chambers. Number 8, Vimanas in India. Similar to the Anunnaki of Sumeria, ancient India has its own tales of extraterrestrials. Thousands of years ago, there was a culture in the Indus Valley which worshipped alien gods and wrote about them in their texts. There are several ancient texts from India dating back 6,000 years which describe bizarre flying machines called Vimanas. The texts even talk about wars between different countries using these Vimanas and weapons of mass destruction, leading many researchers to believe that India may have once experienced something similar to World War II, except much, much earlier. Unfortunately, many of these texts were lost throughout history. The ones we have today are only fragments, and it's difficult to know if the ancient Indians really did have access to nuclear energy and flying machines. What makes this evidence so intriguing, however, is the fact that there are depictions of Vimanas in ancient artwork, showing that they were real and existed at the time. 7. 1561 Nuremberg UFO battle. One of the most convincing pieces of evidence we have today that aliens have visited Earth in the past comes from a woodcut created in 1561. The woodcut depicts a terrifying battle in the sky above Nuremberg, Germany, between strange cylinders and large crosses. Many researchers believe that the cylinders represent alien spaceships, while the crosses were left behind by the German knights trying to fend them off. Obviously, this is just speculation, and there's no real proof to back up this theory. But considering that the woodcut was created 400 years ago and shows such a detailed image of bizarre flying machines, it certainly gives us a lot to think about. Some researchers believe that the reason this image was created was to warn people of the future alien invasion, while others say it's merely a depiction of St. George slaying a dragon. Either way, it's definitely an interesting piece of history. And now for number 6, but first I want to give a big shout out to some supporters. Thanks so much for watching and supporting the channel. If you're new here, be sure to join the family. 6. Roswell. Perhaps you've heard of the infamous Roswell incident. In 1947, a rancher in New Mexico named Mac Brazel stumbled across some debris in his field and immediately reported it to the local sheriff. At first, the sheriff believed that he had found a crashed spaceship. He contacted the authorities and told them that he had recovered several pieces of metal from the ranch, along with rubber strips and a rather sophisticated-looking balloon. For a few days, the media ran wild with the story of a crashed flying saucer. However, after a few days, the military showed up and changed the story. They claimed that the supposed spaceship was actually a weather balloon. This story remained consistent until 1978, when the newly appointed Chief of Staff for the U.S. Air Force decided to change the story yet again. The military now claimed that the balloon was actually part of a top-secret project called Mogul, which was designed to detect Soviet nuclear tests. So what really happened in Roswell in 1947? To this day, nobody is really sure. There have been countless conspiracy theories trying to explain the Roswell incident. Some say that the military covered up the truth about an alien spacecraft. Others say that the military simply misunderstood what they were looking at and assumed it was a balloon. Number 5, NASA's cut feed. One of the most shocking pieces of evidence that extraterrestrials have visited Earth in the past was accidentally revealed by NASA themselves. On July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon. As the astronauts prepared to leave the lunar surface and return to their ship, Armstrong could be heard whispering to someone through the radio. "These babies were big, sir. Enormous. Oh God, you wouldn't believe it. I'm telling you, there are other spacecrafts out here lined up on the far side of the crater's edge. They're on the moon watching us." Obviously, NASA quickly cut the transmission and claimed that Armstrong was joking. They said that the voices picked up by the microphone were actually coming from Mission Control. But to this day, people are not sure if the voice was actually Armstrong's or if NASA really did cover up the truth about extraterrestrials on the moon. Number 4. Pentagon's UFO videos. Recently, the United States government released several videos of unidentified flying objects caught by military aircraft. The videos show small disc-shaped objects maneuvering in the air with ease, moving in ways that defy the laws of physics. Pilots can be heard in the video saying things like, "That thing defies physics, and what the F did I just see?" While the Pentagon claims that these videos are nothing more than misidentified drones or secret military projects, many researchers disagree. Could these videos be the first official release of real alien technology? Number 3. Operation High Jump. In 1947, the United States military carried out a top-secret operation called Operation High Jump. The operation took place in Antarctica and involved several battles with unidentified flying objects. According to reports, hundreds of UFOs were sighted during the mission, with some witnesses claiming to see giant boomerang-shaped objects and others saying that they saw spheres made of a metallic substance. These UFOs allegedly opened fire on American ships using powerful weapons, which caused the ships to shake violently. No damage was reported, however. After the alleged attacks, the military deployed airplanes to investigate, but the planes never returned. Nobody knows what happened to them. All contact was lost immediately after they took off. Ever since Operation High Jump was made public in the early 1980s, researchers have been trying to find out the truth about it. Was it really a secret mission, or is it all just a lie? And if there really were battles with extraterrestrials, why hasn't the government released more information? Now to whistleblowers. Over the years, there have been several whistleblowers who have come forward claiming that the United States government has been hiding evidence of extraterrestrials visiting our world. One of the most notable whistleblowers is a former CIA agent who claimed that he once saw a real alien spacecraft in a hangar at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. According to the agent, the alien craft looked nothing like a flying saucer, but instead resembled a large silver cylinder. Another whistleblower, a former intelligence officer, claimed that the government once seized an alien ship which crashed in a remote area of New Mexico. Apparently, the government quickly moved in and cordoned off the area, seizing the ship and any evidence that anyone had seen it. Both of these men and many others have come forward and told their stories, but nobody really knows if they're telling the truth or lying. Number 1, are they still here? One of the most interesting facts about UFOs is that they seem to congregate around places where nuclear weapons are stored. There have been numerous reports of UFOs spotted near nuclear bases, leading many people to believe that extraterrestrials may be here on Earth to steal our nuclear secrets. Could these extraterrestrials be planning something terrible? Or maybe they are simply curious about our most powerful weapons. Whatever the case may be, it's strange that so many UFO sightings occur near places where nuclear material is stored. Now, for our simulation theory of the day, could the aliens actually be humans from the future, or perhaps highly advanced artificial intelligence? Let me know your thoughts below. And don't forget to check out another video.